Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back once again. My name is Abdulga Fatih Kadunabi on our program, The Legal Perspective. Yes, tubaniza nnyo mwenna abalali baffe aba GSTV Africa. Program yaffe giyite Legal Perspective oba manya amateeka, and our main aim yakulaba nti omuntu oyo common person, omuntu wa bulijjo okulaba nga afuna doozi y'okumanya amateeka ago agamufuga, ddi lw'ayinza okugakozesa, ddi lwe omuyamba. Tubasasirako mwenna wenna afunye ebizibu in the course of the week, na mwenna wenna abalina kye batuuseeko tubayozaayoza. Kusaba busabi nti tulokalire weetegereze program olwayo tugenda kwogera ku bail application oba kiyita okweyimirirwa. Kusaba okweyimirirwa, ddi lw'osaba okweyimirirwa, okweyimirira kitegeeza ki? Ani alina okweyimirira? Akweyimirira alina kukola ki? Akweyimirira buvunaanyizibwa bwe ki? Osaba otya okweyimirirwa? Ki kye bakonsideringa mu kweyimirira? Na byonna nabwe kityo tulokalire tusosootere bail application. Abantu bangi bagenda mu makooti nga facing babakyagiza emisango naye nga tebamanyi nti balina right ey'okusaba okweyimirirwa. Byanjawulo okweyimirira ne right ey'okukola ki? Ey'okusaba. Olina right, olina olukusa olusaba, tolina lukusa lukola ki? Luweebwa. Nabwe kityo tulokalire tusosootole. Bismillahi rahmani rahim. Kusooka kwa byonna tujja kusooka okunnyonnyola what is bail. Bail kye ki? Bail ye muntu okubeera nga akyajingibwa n'emisango mu kkooti z'amateeka naye n'abeera ng'aweebwa olukusa olwoza omusango ogwo nga ava wabweru wa kkooti. Mu njogera ennyangu abeera nga abawwe okujja mu kkooti okwewozaako mu misango gye bakoze ki? Babeera bamukyaginze. Kisinziira which court you are in, kisinziira mu kkooti ki mwe bakukyagingidde. Waliwo emisango egitandikira mu kkooti ento nga girina genda mu kkooti enkulu ng'egyo emisango egya Naguma murder, aggravated robbery, egirina ogenda mu high court olina kugisabira mu kkooti enkulu. Waliwo ne gino emisango egiwezebwa mu kkooti eza wansi, zo ndowooza twagyogerako. Mu kkooti eza wansi is where you apply for bail. So when they read for you a case, you have a right to apply for bail. If that court doesn't have jurisdiction to hear that case, it means that you can only go to high court to apply for bail. So bail application, bintu bingi court be considering as per the bail guidelines of 2016, I think, of the judiciary, by raising down the considerations of bail granting and so on. So kusooka kwa byonna, jurisdiction, we have talked about the jurisdiction where to go to apply for bail. So kwa byonna, they must have produced you in the courts of law. Yes, olina okuba nga olabiseko maaso g'omulamuzi. If they produce you before the courts of law, if that court has jurisdiction, then otegeeza omulamuzi nti wekitiibwa omulamuzi olina eddembe ly'okusaba okukola ki? Okweyimirirwa. Era n'olwezinga ebintu bye tugenda okukola ki? Okwogerako wano among considerations. What considerations should the judicial officer, omulamuzi alina okuba nga taking into consideration kulaba nga akuwa bail? Kibategeeza nti bail ojja kukola ki? Ojja kuba nga wo ojja mu kkooti on the day lwe bakushediyinza okulayirako mu kkooti kuba ng'oddamu okwewozaako kkooti. So moving forward, bail erina guidelines zaayo. Omulamuzi biki byakonsideringa nga tunagenda ku guidelines, tujja kusaba twogere ku time frame. Ddi lw'olina okukola ki? Okusaba okweyimirira. Nkugambye wali that you have to apply for bail when you have when they are presented before the judicial officer. So when they present you before the judicial officer, you inform the judicial officer that you have a right to apply for bail. Remember, Torina right to bail. You have a right to apply for bail. At one time I handled a bail application, but my clients, before reaching out to me, they went there, they were like, why not to a bail, but it's alright to be given bail. So I was like, please no, it isn't your right to be given bail. You only have a right to apply for bail as per Article 23 of the Constitution of Uganda. So bail mungenya mukunyolo kwangu nti oyina right, oyina eddembe ly'okusaba okweyimirirwa, but you don't have a right omulamuzi asobola okuwa oba obutakuwa basing on the guidelines that we are going to talk about. Bail is granted based on different considerations under the bail guidelines of the judiciary. As we said, that a judicial officer should take into consideration some guidelines. So what should be contained in a bail application? First of all, it depends on the stage you are, but in most cases they are more of the same. If you're applying for bail, make sure that you have the following documents. You have an introduction letter from the S1 chairman of the place where you reside. You're supposed to have a national ID. It can be a passport. It can be a alien's ID where you're a non-citizen. It can be an employment card. For the refugees, they can be documents issued by the by the Prime Minister's office. Yes, you should have those documents being presented before the judicial officer. You should also share with the prosecutor, because prosecutor is the person on the other side. Omwabi wa government, you have to photocopy them into three copies. You have to issue one to the judicial officer, one for your file, one for the file of the prosecutor or government. So after presenting those, you have to lay down the grounds. In the application, you must lay out the grounds upon which you're applying for your bail, and that's what we're going to tackle next. And among the consideration omuntu zalina okubeera nga including a bail application. The application, remember, that can be oral, based on the stage you are in. The magistrate court, it can be oral. In the high court is where you need to apply when you need to apply formally with the application, notice of motion. So what should be contained in the bail application? These are the considerations that we are going to talk about. First of all, the residence of the applicant, whether that person is a resident within jurisdiction of that court, whether a person is likely to interfere with the witnesses in the matter. The age of the applicant, the physical appearance of the applicant, whether the applicant is disabled. The court must look at the antecedents. When you talk about the antecedents, omuntu ono azeeyisa atya, aina does the applicant has a criminal record of any kind? Does the applicant aina emisango egitambula maybe ku police or anything? Does the applicant omusango gumunanibwa gubaddemu of violence? Those considerations, it must the judicial officer akeberako ne ku sureties where you have, whether you have substantial sureties. We are going to talk about the qualities of a substantial surety, they are down. So we are coming to that stage about the substantial sureties. You must have, remember that you must have a minimum of 2 substantial sureties, and those sureties must be substantial to abide by the guidelines of the judiciary. There are a number of considerations there. The nature of the offense, they look at the community consideration, and so on. So moving forward, we talked about sureties. These sureties abayimirirwa obuvunanyizibwa bwabwe kyeki, what's their responsibility, obuvunanyizibwa bwabwe okubeera nga beeyimirwa okuba nga bakola ki, bakwemirirwa. So basureties bano obuvunanyizibwa bwabwe obukulu bwakubeera nga bakujjukiza ddi kooti lweyina okutuula n'okujjukiza okuba nga oddayo mu kooti lwaba bakoze ki, bakwetaaze. Ani alina okwemerera, omuntu alina okwemerera n'ebbanga n'emyaka 18 okudda waggulu, because they require his or her national ID. Alina okuba nga kulinako obuvunanyizibwa obw'enjawulo. Toli aleeta mwana wa myaka 2, you don't know, is a campus guy, you're not rated anywhere, that akweyimirirwa. You have to bring someone responsible enough who remind you to come back to court, to take up your responsibility, okulaba nga okoma okukoza emisango gyo alina okuba nga wavunanyizibwa mu society. Nokuba nga wavunanyizibwa mu society, toyita bunywanjaga akweyimirira. Do you think that court ejja kuwa bail? The surety must be at least somehow related to you, either mukulembezeewo oba wa family oba nga mukulu, ate alina okuba nga mukulu ku myaka, okuba nga alina sejoli. So those are the qualities of a substantial surety. Surety alina okuba nga ali ready okubeera nga taking up the role, because surety bakutayako just that omuntu gw'oyimiridde aba nga takomyewo mu kooti, oba takomyewo mu kooti kibategeeza that you go to prison oba osasule sente za bail banaaba bakutaddeko. In most cases it is non-cash. So that's for the sureties. Moving forward, sureties, remember that a surety can withdraw from being a surety. Nti omweyimirwa asobola okugamba nti kasikyali surety, and webabeera nga baali babiri bokka omu n'avaako, it means that they will summon you to present another surety in place of that one who has resigned. So bw'oba tomuyina, it means that you will be remanded to prison until you present that person, until you present another person, a substantial surety. A bail can also lapse upon resigning of one surety. Or a surety, but not only a bail can be cancelled and you can be remanded to prison. A bail can also be cancelled when you read the guidelines of the bail. Bagamba tobuluma Uganda batosuka district ene. If you go beyond the district, it means that you're going to be bail is bound to be cancelled and be remanded to prison, and it will be very hard for you to be given bail again on the same matter. So moving forward, we're going to look on the management of the bail funds. Once you're given a cash bail, it means that you have to make some payments with the government of Uganda for you to be allowed to move out of the prison. So once you're given the cash bail, you have to the court clerk oba omuyambi wa kooti atwala fayiro eyo ewa kashiya wa kooti, era kashiya wa kooti akola receipt n'akola ne PRN ey'okusasulako sente z'abakoze ki, So once you make the payment, we take that receipt back to the cashier, and the cashier will take the receipt and make the payment receipt and another documents to the court clerk. Oyo omuyambi wa kooti ajja kubeera nga atwala payment receipt eyo eri omulamuzi akuwadde bail, era omulamuzi akuwadde bail, he will give you a document of release on bail which you present with the prisons officers for you to be released to your people. So if you look at the management of the bail funds, remember that the bail funds are paid on the URA system, but remember that you can retrieve the money once the bail is done, or once the bail is cancelled, once the case is closed. Obanga gukusinze oba bakansolinze bail, obanga omusango ogusinze, you can ask for refund of that bail money. How do you apply for refund? Once the judicial officer gives a verdict, omusango gukusinze, that you have a right to apply for refund of your bail money. So once they tell you that, you have to fill in a form for refund of the bail money. So that bail money, that application form is submitted to the secretary to the judiciary, who then submits it to the Auditor General to approve the documents required are there, and the Auditor General will issue out the money per person's account or registered phone number, but that is usually done within 30 days. If you don't receive the few money within that period, you have the right to seek redress from the judiciary. Yes. Kusonga, I think that's all for bail money. But remember that obango wemiridwa, your bail can be cancelled out single way and tutukizwa bukwakulizo bwa bail. So nga tumaliriza, bail erina emisoso egy'enjawulo, naye egisinga kiyisa mu tekiniko newankubadde naawe omuntu obujja osobola okubeera nga ogyeyigiriza singa obeera nga waddeyo obudde okusoma amateeka agakufuga. Remember nti you only have a right to apply for bail, you don't have a right to bail. Bail, it is a picture of the Constitution of Uganda and also other guidelines. So bail ddembe ly'okusaba naye si ddembe ly'okuweebwa. Kkooti erina okutunuulira ebintu bingi, erina okutunuulira ensonga ez'enjawulo n'okwaba okuprotectinga. Nawe ensonga eyo makuluzi okubeera nga mutwala right yammwe y'okubeera nga osaba okweyimira singa obeera nga ofeesize kooti ku misango egiri criminal. Saagala kusukkako awo, nja kusaba ffenna Mungu atukuume bulungi, abalwadde mufe abasuuse, abatali bulungi Mungu atulungize embeera, nabwe kityo yakubasimbula mbagamba nti assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mubeere bulungi. See you once again. Stay on GSTV Africa. Our programs are still coming. Yeah, there's news that we are going to unveil with your own Luwega Fati. Just give it time.